Back here in Atlanta, what a fun afternoon it's been. 2 matches in the books in our coverage here on Championship Court. And our third match is going to be the second men's semifinal. Devilliers and Pat Smith against Rob Nunnery and Dekel. And if the first 2 matches were any indication, we should be in for a very fun third match in our coverage here on Championship Court. Dave Benz, Rob Cassidy, Hannah Johns, and we also have a third person joining us here courtside, Irina Tereshchenko, who is one of the most highly decorated women's players ever in the sport of pickleball, joining us. Irina, so great to have you with us.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here. Thank you for the invite, and I am hungry for action.
Yes. We love it. You know, and I want to make the point, obviously, Irina, people who follow pickleball, they know your history. They know that you're from Moscow or from Russia, and you came to the United States to play tennis at Texas Tech, and then you switched over to pickleball. We are really seeing the international growth of this sport. You talk about Dekel, who's from Israel, Patrick Smith, who's from Germany playing, and Pat Devilliers, who's from France. I mean, this sport really has grown internationally.
Absolutely, and I actually been fortunate to play a number of pickleball tournaments across Europe and in Asia, and everybody's growing, everybody's excited, and I think having awesome TV coverage like this where people can watch around the world also will spike everybody's interest. I know it's huge in India and Taiwan right now, and you know, the coolest thing is that we as professional players kind of stay in touch with those federations, and everybody knows our name. Like, people know really well who Rob Cassidy is in India. He's a legend there.
Well, see, I thought he was a legend in his own mind, but that's fantastic. Hey, you are a legend in India.
You got to manifest, you know what I mean? You know, all the fans out there, wherever you are, we love you for sure.
Irina, I am curious, with being in touch with people internationally, we've got the 2021 Olympics coming up later on this summer. Do you see a point in time where pickleball ascends to becoming an Olympic sport?
I think yes, and I'm going to be as excited about it as you are, and I know there are a number of organizations that are working on getting us there, and whatever we need to do as athletes, we're ready to do it. So far, we've just been promoting the sport, being the ambassadors, and playing with juniors, playing around the world. So we want to see it. We want the sport to grow. Hopefully, you know, there are goods and bads with commercialization and getting further to the Olympics, but we want to get it out there. We want to get more talent and represent our countries at the Olympics.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this match we've got coming up. Devilliers and Pat Smith against Rob Nunnery and Dekel. What's your impressions of these players? Let's begin with Dekel, Irina.
Well, Dekel, first of all, is an amazing athlete. He had a fantastic US Open, and that's when we saw his game completely shine. What he can do, he can take a ball from the deuce side, from the right side of the court, and then take a 6-foot earning jump onto the left side. And if he can do that through this match consistently, that's going to be amazing. Another thing that he brings to the table is the power of his drives and the power of his putaways. So hard to defend against Dekel. He establishes his presence in the kitchen and puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team to keep the dinks low and keep them unattackable.
Yeah, I was on the receiving end of those earnings at the US Open, and it was not a sight to see when your opponent is that big and that big of a presence on the court. Him and Adam Stone, it's nice to see him come into his own for sure.
And on the other side, you've got Pat Smith and Devilliers, who they pulled the upset of the tournament, if not of the tour so far this season, with the quarterfinal upset of the Johns brothers.
Absolutely, and as you guys know, if you follow the PPA Tour, they have played the Johns brothers many times, and they have gotten really, really close to upsetting them a few times, especially in Mesa. And they're all my friends, happy to see the boys win this one, and what they bring to the table, I think Pat Smith has some of the best hands in pickleball, so if you attack him and you get to his backhand, it's going to come back at you probably 3 or 4 times faster. So you have to watch out for that. Jay is probably has a better soft game, so he's going to look to create some opportunities for Pat. He's going to try to force the other guys to pull the trigger from the wrong time. And also we should expect to see some sick tricks from Jay as well.
I had a chance to speak to Jay a little bit earlier here this afternoon. Doing a little of my background research on him. He was the pickleball director at Chicken Pickle in the Midwest, and I was like, what was that like? He said, well, you know, it was more of a fun place to introduce people to pickleball than actually serious pickleball. But what a great concept, chicken and pickle.
Absolutely. Have you been?
I've not been.
I highly recommend it. I haven't been either, but maybe we can go together.
Fun.
Can you think of two better things, Dave? I mean,
well, chicken and waffles is pretty good.
Well,
maybe you need chicken waffles and pickle.
Yes, and Jay is wearing his lucky Rambo bandana, so I think he is ready for the match.
Right.
I don't know if he can play without it, so
that's right.
the confidence is there.
And you know, the chemistry that these two have, you know, they are just best friends out there, and it shows in their game of how fluid they're able to play together. That being said, Dekel Barr and Rob Nunnery are very good friends as well, so you know, it's going to be a battle of chemistry out here today. This is going to be an epic match for sure.
And we probably haven't seen this matchup before.
Right, this is the first time.
This is the first time,
yeah.
Probably the first time Rob and Dekel are playing together as well.
Yep.
Well, we're excited to see it. We're close to getting it underway. As taking a look at which balls they want to choose to use right now.
Nice, you can see them tapping their fresh paddles there. Rob Nunnery rocking that blue signature Ben Johns Franklin paddle. And of course, Dekel Barr rocking the new Engage Pursuit. Two of the newer paddles out there. You haven't seen the Franklin paddle with that color yet. It looks nice. It looks nice. And of course, Jay Devilliers with his Vulcan paddle, and Pat Smith rocking Team Electrum. Here we go. Game one underway.
And that is wide.
They had to call it in.
They did call it in.
Yeah, the no was partner communication, but they both made the hand gesture that ball was in. It looked in, and it was. Off
Did
and
just
running.
catch the line, so Nunnery and Barr with the early 1-0 lead.
Yes, Dekel Barr looking to establish dominance.
Oh, that's the Rob Nunnery we know and love right there, keeping him in the point. What? Tweener! Oh no!
Oh,
no!
hey man, with the little I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry.
Tweener into perfect drop shot for point number 2.
0-1-1.
Wow, and you can pretend to do that on accident all you want. You know he's practicing that in his basement. Soft hands from Dekel. Wow, this is already an electric match here.
And Smith puts it away.
Nice setup by Jay.
Time.
Stoppage here. Ball from another court. Makes its way near
1-1-1.
championship court.
And the huge put away from
Second
Dekel
serve.
Barr.
Good defense on Pat's part. Kept the ball in play for a couple of extra shots. That's what usually counts. You know, it puts pressure on your opponent to end the point. Sometimes you get too excited and sail that ball over the fence.
Yeah, a lot of people emphasize the patience aspect of the game, but you know the pressure has to come with as well, for sure.
Irina, when you're out there, how many times do you find yourself not thinking about the shot you're hitting, but the next one that's going to come?
Whoa.
I think
Side out.
if I'm setting up the attack, that's usually the mentality. So if I'm looking to speed up, then I'm thinking about the next shot. Or also if I'm thinking about serve, then I'm thinking where I'm going to put my third ball. So 2 is probably max for me.
Folks, that is a fire Rob Nunnery that we may not have seen before. Playing at the top of his game here right now. Quite a sight to see.
2-1-1.
2-1-1.
Nice drop from Dekel, getting into the net. And there it is, textbook.
Just quick on the put away yet again.
Whew. This is some scary pickleball, folks.
Yes, Rob Nunnery actually has some great hands too. I had an opportunity to play him again in mixed many times, and I don't think I want to rally when I speed up at his backhand.
How about that shot? Right at the feet.
Well, I think Rob and Dekel are executing their strategy pretty well.
4-1-1.
They're probably thinking keep the points a little bit shorter and see if they can attack within the first 2 or 3 shots.
Debbie and Smith, they get a break there.
Second serve.
That's a slightly awkward Ernie, but he's just getting warmed up. He's going to dial them in.
The Ernie lob, I mean,
4-1-2.
he might have been watching too much of the previous matches we've had this, today.
We have seen some good lobs.
Side out.
And as you guys saw by Jay just now, one of the most critical
1-4-1.
skills in pickleball, being able to lean out and let the ball fly out.
So tough to have that discipline.
Nice point here. Uses his footwork to take a forehand. The Ernie. Dekel bar. Unreal.
Second serve.
If you guys also notice, he is not giving up any positioning. He is standing
1-4-2.
right on top of the kitchen line. He is confident in the quickness of his hands and being able to overpower his opponents and hit the ball down using his height.
Well, and we've seen that pay dividends. How about Jay right there,
Play.
though?
Really great exchange. I mean, Dekel bar with that counter punch, but Jay and Pat still able to take
2-4-2.
advantage on that exchange. Unreal. Ooh.
Side out.
Unforced error there. And so the serve will go to the other side. 4-2-1 in favor of
4-2-1.
Nunnery and Bar. And then Jay hits it long.
A little bit of an overzealous Ernie attempt there.
Thank you. Point. 5-2-1.
Ooh, slams the brakes. A little change of direction there. Keeps the rally going. Oh!
And pays
Point.
dividends. Smith hits it into the net.
That was excellent change of direction for Dekel bar. What are the numbers on
6-2-1.
Dekel? How tall is he?
I think he just turned 26, I believe. And he's coming in at 9'5". Hand speed.
Point.
And he's on fire.
And
They're on
it's
fire.
7-2.
7-2-1.
Yeah, Dekel Bar
Timeout by
has
the
been
receiving
impressive.
team on 7-2-1. 1 minute.
And a timeout being taken here by Devilliers and Smith. A hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw.
Get your fun to feel good here, folks. Fun to feel good. Get your fun to feel good here.
Ben, it's not called It's Fun to Feel Good. It's Electrolyte Supreme.
Oh, okay. This guy looks like a cramper.
Get your electrolytes.
Ben, you can't throw product at the customer.
Oh.
Back here in Atlanta, Irina Tereshchenko joining us. That is the third voice you're hearing, and she's fantastic on the mic. She's still trying to figure out how to actually work the headset, but she's got it down.
Well, technically, I was told that's not my job. You guys are taking care of all the technical things, and I just need to provide interesting facts.
That's it. And you're one of the best at it.
Oh, it's been so much fun.
Here we go. Rob Nunnery, Dekel bar looking to pick up where they left off.
With this 7-2 advantage early. And that's going to be in bounds. They let it go. And Irina, you're just talking about having the discipline to let it go. And then at the times when you do let it go and it stays in, it's so frustrating.
Yes, but that was very good deception by Rob. He made it look like a dink, and then he went a little deeper down the middle. Well done, Rob.
Dekel hits it into the net. So 7-2-2.
8-2-2.
Excuse me, 8-2-2. Smith and Barr playing a little dink game here. Devilliers now goes across for Nunnery.
Side out.
So sign out. All right, we're still trying to work on the technical part.
Excellent point.
2-8-1.
Boys were using the whole court. Got some cross-court patterns.
The patience. And then the power.
Point.
Little high from Rob, but
Yep.
a last mustering effort from Dekel Bar to try that counter punch. Here we go, 3-8.
3-8-1.
There's that soft touch that Irina was talking about.
Point.
That's so good. I mean, especially when he's fully extended like that.
And you get Nunnery into the unforced error, so get it to 4-8.
4-8-1.
Yeah, so far we've seen Rob miss a couple of forehands. I wonder if Jay and Pat going to keep going there. And what I'm really looking
Second
forward
serve.
right now, if Pat and Jay win a pretty big point, I want Pat to yell
4-8-2.
out loud in German.
I love Pat's yells. He's got the best yes in pickleball for sure.
Yeah, Pat
the
is
drive.
originally from Munich, Germany. Now living in Wichita.
So is Jay.
Yes.
It's quite a pickleball mecca.
You wouldn't have expected
Side
Wichita,
out.
Kansas to be a pickleball mecca, but you are absolutely correct.
We also have Matt Wright and Lucy
8-4-1.
Kovalova. They were original legends from Wichita.
And I remember playing against
Second serve.
Matt Wright at the first U.S. Open. He's playing with Jack Oxler,
8-4-2.
another great player from that area. Good times, great memories. Nice smack from Jay. Whoa.
And Pat lets it go.
Side out.
That might have been an ill-advised flick from Dekel there. Maybe not the right time to pull the trigger.
4-8-1.
That was a little ambitious, but they do have the lead, so they might as well stay aggressive.
Absolutely.
So
Second
we'll
serve.
go 4-8-2. It's a great point, Irina. It's a little
4-8-2.
different playing with that lead. You could take some more chances.
Yes, me personally, sometimes I have to remind myself of that. If I'm in the lead and I'm playing a little bit of defensive,
Point.
I want to encourage myself to stay aggressive and kind of keep the energy going and keep putting pressure on my opponents instead of just taking the back seat and waiting for them to miss.
Yeah, it's definitely much better than becoming lax out there for sure.
5-8-2.
Devi and Smith have pushed it back within 3 here at 5-8.
Looks like both teams are settling in a little bit here.
Great reaction by Smith. He had to just off the net, and he's still able to come up with
Timeout
it.
by the receiving team on 6-8-2.
So
1 minute.
Nunnery and Barr now starting to feel a little bit of the heat. They'll use the timeout to try and stop the momentum. It's another hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw.
Guys, relax. I was able to get you each a bottle.
Up for some pickleball?
Let's go.
Back here on championship court, Irina Tereshchenko joining Rob Cassidy and myself, Hannah Johns, also along. Irina, we just saw you in that commercial during the timeout. Those spots are so great. How fun were those commercials to actually be a part of?
Well, yeah, Jigsaw is awesome. I don't know if you can tell from some of the commercials that they actually let us write the script. So that's the coolest part. And then I think if you guys notice, there is no tension in this commentating booth. So we've all probably used a little bit of lotion.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Time in.
Do you have a favorite from the
6-8-2.
commercials?
My favorite is the Big Lebowski commercial. I'm a huge fan of that movie. I'm basically on the rug listening to pickleball. But it's a niche commercial, I would say.
Oh, that's great stuff.
7-8-2.
So out of the timeout, it doesn't do anything to stop the momentum. It's now a 1-point game.
So good.
Point.
Irina, you mentioned the soft hands of Jay earlier. You know, he's not a one-dimensional player. He's got power that backs up those soft hands. He's just such a strong player. Can't believe we're still here in game 1. What a match.
8-8-2. Make it 9-8-2. What a run here by Devilliers and Smith.
And I think the last 2 shots of this point was a great example of what we talked about before, is Jay knowing what's
9-8-2.
speeds up, and then he knows what shot comes next, and sitting on that backhand, going for the big target in the middle. Well done.
A little flick. Handled by Nunnery. Dekel takes over.
Man, how about Patrick Smith, though?
Great court movement. Back to the dink rally.
Jay's putting it on the dime in that corner.
Yeah.
Unbelievable precision.
And he switches it up. Now Barnes Smith.
Holy smokes.
And Smith lets it go. That'll take us to game point.
I love it, man. These two, they just build their own momentum. I mean, they fire each other up to a point where they become unstoppable.
Receiving team on 10-8-2. 1
Here
minute.
they are, game point number 1. And a timeout called by Nunnery and Barr, looking to ice them.
The last time out didn't do anything. The momentum clearly on the side of Devilliers and Smith. A hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw.
Does she really need to be right here?
I mean, come on, it really ties the room together, Rob.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, like, you know, that's your opinion, man. Irina abides.
We're rolling them all out for you, Irina.
Thank you. That's quite a crew, you guys. All I have to do, how about if I think of something, will you guys be able to play it? That's another question.
What do you make of our graphic designer here, the graphic they put together for you?
I love it, and I'm also a year younger, so even better.
You're only 36.
No, opposite. I'm 38, but on
38,
paper.
you're younger on there.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. They made you younger. Yes. Well, as long as they get the earnings right, that's all that matters.
Here we go, guys. Looking to put game 1 in the books. The third shot drive is up, and he handcuffs himself into a side out.
Yeah. So, chance for Nunnery and Barr here to climb back into this game. So we'll go to 8-9-2.
8-10-2.
8-10-2, excuse me.
Ooh, nice bold
Point.
Dekel flick there.
9-10-2.
So good.
Yeah, great choice. Unlike last attack that Dekel did out of the air from below his knees, he waited for the ball to bounce a little higher and ripped the forehand there. Well done. Gravity does exist, and Dekel respected it this time.
But now they're going to get the serve, a chance to close out the game at 10-9.
Tough miss there, not acquiring that 10-10.
Yeah, such a big swing.
Here we go. That's a deep serve.
Oh, that looked long, but yeah,
I couldn't see. I couldn't start see. He was right in my way.
Yep. So they do say long.
Second serve.
Yep. It looked deep from, or it looked long from here.
Yeah, I think it's the right call.
10-9-2.
Second serve.
But still game point. And there it is, the unforced error to close out game 1. Devilliers and Smith. They take an early lead in this best-of-3 semifinal match, 11-9 in game 1. Final look at game point. This point was not nearly as exciting as the game itself.
That's good dinking by Jay. You know, he's essentially forced that dink volley on Nunnery, forcing him to take that out of the air and, you know, giving him less time. And essentially forcing that error. So great play by Jay and Pat, putting game 1 in the books.
We'll catch our breath. Game number 2 coming your way after this timeout here on Championship Court. Back here in Atlanta, moving on to game 2 here in the second men's semifinal. Devilliers and Smith winning game 1, 11-9. Dave Benz, Rob Cassidy,
Gentlemen, game 2, time in on 0-0-2.
Our guest third voice with us in the booth, and we're loving having her on board.
Let's see what kind of adjustments Dekel and Rob make. As you guys saw, it was great game 1. I think it was one of those games where Pat and Jay kind of found the spot throughout the game, which was in the corner of Rob's forehand, and they kept exploiting it and got some points there. So let's see if Rob adjusts or if they keep going there.
They get the early 1-0 lead here. Woo. And then Pat hits it long. Hey, while we have a second, I want to give a quick shout out to Melissa McCurley and pickleballtournaments.com, who are getting us all the up-to-date information throughout the day with all the games going on. And Melissa telling me they are today running a record 714 matches in one day on pickleballtournaments.com, and 1,200 players at this event here in Georgia.
1-1-1.
Yes, Melissa is definitely a wizard of her craft.
And I know, Rob, I heard you guys talking about her at the Newport Beach telecast. No one wants her job.
Second serve.
She is safe. She's got that job.
I mean, I'm sure people want it, but there's no one else who's qualified enough to get that job done.
1-1-2.
Well, that's true, but it is. She's terrific at it. But man, it makes your mind spin to think about all the work they do.
She's a unique personality that definitely gives back to the game in the form of hard work. I mean, from a player standpoint, we appreciate Melissa wholeheartedly for sure.
Nunnery and Barr get the 2-1 lead here after Smith hit it down into the net.
Oh, game on.
Side out.
Ooh, great guess by Dekel. I think he got a little bit excited on the last one. Should have played slightly more defensive or neutral to get him back into the point.
1-2-1.
But a beautiful move by Patrick.
Second serve.
Devilliers would love that one back after the unforced error.
1-2-2.
Gotta have a short memory, Irina, right?
Yes. Yes and no.
Another Ernie from Smith, this time.
Side out.
Not working out as well. I love the third shot drive that Pat Smith has. Just pulls it out at will, and it's always over the net. It's just a great setup for the rest of the point. See if he can use that third shot drive to put game 2 in the book here. Dekel with the hustle.
Rob staying steady. Nice changeup.
Yep.
Dave, you talked about film earlier, you know, and homework and things like that.
Yes,
Rob Nunnery, that flick that he has, you better be aware of it, because that flick that he has is deadly for sure.
Yeah, but you can know it's coming and still not be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So we'll move to 3-1-2.
3-1-2.
Huge poach all day.
I was watching over here. Point.
So they did call it in.
Great recognition by Dekel. He waited till
4-1-2.
Jay was hitting the ball up from below his ankles and then made his move. If you go a little too early.
Oh, the Ernie by Devilliers. Beautifully executed. Wow.
Just great awareness.
1-4-1.
Just moving the chess pieces. You go here, I go here. Checkmate. Nice shots by Jay.
That's when strategy meets athleticism.
Meets success.
Second serve.
1-4-2.
1-4-2.
Beautiful backhand, and it ends up being a winner.
Jay coming in hot with a shake and bake, and then took a couple more shots to finish it out. Great defense
2-4-2
by Rob and Dekel.
DVA unable to keep it on
Side
court.
out.
But another beautiful third shot drive from Pat Smith. Irina, I'd like to ask you, in terms of preference, you probably don't know the percentage, but ballparking, what percentage do you use, you know, third shot drop and third shot drive these days?
I think it depends on your opponents, and it depends on weather conditions. It also depends on the type of ball that we use, and it kind of also depends on your ability to make shots that day, because sometimes maybe you can feel off a little bit on the drops, so you will kind of resort to the drives and maybe hit them at 75% or something like this, just to make sure they're staying high percentage. But yeah, a lot of factors go into it.
Nice.
But it's a feel thing for you more than anything.
Yes, for me it's based on the scouting report.
Contextual for sure.
And then feel is next.
I mean, a lot of pros, and I mean, you're very aware of, you know, the third shot drive into the fifth shot drop. That's kind of becoming a staple here at the pro level.
Absolutely. I'm more of a fan of a shake and bake, but can't always do it.
Nice, I like it.
Devilliers able to catch up to that nicely.
Yeah, they're kind of back to working Rob's forehand. Rob is staying steady.
And then he goes for the lob, and it pays off.
Side out.
That was super brave. Dekel bar is, as Rob said, 9.5.
Yep.
The 9.5.
9.5.
Sometimes we call him the Space Needle or the Eiffel Tower.
Broke my tape measure.
2-4-1.
The Space Needle, I love it.
That may stick. Wow.
Talking about needle and thread, quite the shot from Jay. And again, they're firing each other up. Like I said, they reached that unstoppable mode. How do you do it? What do you do? Do you match it? I mean, they don't leave you too many options when they get this hot.
I think the key for Rob and Dekel when they attack to mix it up, Pat is obviously sitting on the back end, so if they can bring the ball occasionally to the right hip or maybe a little bit further away that he has to reach for his back end, they might not get as much pop. Or maybe try Jay.
3-4-2.
Nice. Ooh.
Side out.
Jay would like that one back, no question.
I'm thinking Rob Nunnery here. You know, he's caught in that cross-court pattern with Jay. I'd like to see him maybe be a little more creative with it. You know, he has control in that situation. You know, maybe if he just looks for a couple more variation in spots. Jay doesn't give him too many options there.
Second serve.
Well, Pat is putting pressure on him for redirecting the ball down the line with the Ernies, so
yeah.
Rob has to be kind of patient with that pattern and pick his battles.
Right. Wow, so smooth with the footwork, Pat Smith. Whew, the Ernie setup, that was powerful.
So the serve gonna go back over now, chance to tie it up. Another look.
Look at that footwork from Pat Smith, effortless, just
3-4-1.
avoiding that non-volley zone.
Nice decision by Devilliers to let it go. And we're evened at 4.
Even with that cross court with Jay, if maybe he had more options, or maybe put it to a couple more spots to give Jay just a couple different looks. Jay's looking way too comfortable in that cross court battle.
Unable to catch up to that one though.
Second serve.
Great counterpunch by Rob.
4-4-2.
Wind's picking up a little bit here in Atlanta. Oh, Patrick Smith, another Ernie. He's mastering them here this afternoon.
Yes, that's definitely an Ernie clinic. We've seen some backhand ones, and this is a forehand flying Ernie for you.
So good. Unreal. Earth-shaking. Ooh.
Point.
Dekel looking a little flat, almost a little deflated from that
Timeout
previous
by the
point.
receiving
And
team
there's the
on
timeout.
6-4-2. 1 minute.
Trying to stop Devilliers and Smith from ending this thing in 2 games. They've got a 6-4 lead. Hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw.
Oh, man, my mouse battery's dead again.
I got you.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Man, I'm still hungry.
Oh, here you go.
Thanks, Ben.
Oh, cramp.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man.
Here you go.
Pickleball cocktail. Oh, thanks, Ben.
Oh, man.
I got it. There you go.
Thanks, Ben.
Six-4, Devilliers and Smith with the lead and the serve.
6-4-2.
See if the timeout by Nunnery and Barr can get them the serve back.
No Ernie there. Oh, so good, so low.
Woo. Oh, man, Smith, that just restraint to not go after that.
It's such a good eye. I mean, with even Jay with the communication on that out ball. So good, so good.
7-4-2.
Wow, full control, Pat Smith.
And now it's an avalanche of momentum.
Absolutely. Jay and Pat are not letting go of the gas. But at the same
8-4-2.
time, they're playing very smart and staying consistent kind of with their strategy.
In the zone. No.
And that's going to be long. 9-4.
Streaking hard here.
That was actually an amazing shot by Jay. Instead of going hard through the middle or Rob, he went a little soft.
9-4-2.
Almost no look misdirect behind Dekel.
Jeepers.
Wow.
Side out.
That'll do it.
Nunnery finally stops the bleeding.
On this side out, I'd love to point out a match that's about to getting ready to occur in the background. We got Scott Crandall and Chris and Linda Thompson getting ready to take on Dave Weinbach and Chris Anderson in the background for the senior mixed division. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of matches still going on. A lot of great players here in Georgia.
And a fun tournament. PPA will shift to the West Coast mostly for the next handful of events after this. Won't be back on the East Coast, I don't believe, until September in Orlando. And
second serve.
We're going to go to the second serve after Devilliers showing off the quick hands.
A missed Ernie from Dekel. You don't see that too often. Unless he's playing against me.
You put a lot of pressure on him, Rob.
I do my best. Pat Smith playing so well right now.
How about the lob right there? Smith. Pat Smith puts it away.
Side out.
That was a nicely played lob.
I had a chance yesterday to watch some of my friends playing in other divisions, and I was also asking them some questions about the tournament, and they're having a wonderful experience. All their matches starting on time, the draws are moving smoothly. Everybody's loving the text messages and all the new technology that PPA and pickleballtournaments.com are bringing. So, 21st century, baby.
Here we go. This is match point.
Yeah, we have the spotlight on center court, but there's just such a player's experience throughout the venue. It's a testament to a good well-ran tournament. Here we go, guys. Oof.
Oh, Dekel puts it away. So we'll go to 10-4-2.
It is always tempting to finish a match with a sick trick, and I think that's what Jay was trying to do. Dekel and Rob are ready. Let's see what they bring to the table now.
And again, you know you've got the comfort of the margin
Yes, sir.
here.
10-4-2.
Devilliers and Nunnery. Who's going to blink first?
Oof. No Ernie for Pat this time. The flick.
Oh! And there it is!
And it's way out. Rob Nunnery just couldn't get out of the way.
Game match.
Great patience and then the power to finish it off. And Devilliers and Smith finish off Nunnery Bar in 2 games.
Awesome match. Jay Devilliers, Pat Smith go on to the gold medal match to take on Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman. Let's go.
And when you upset the #1 seed in this tournament, you probably deserve to be playing for gold, and that's what they're going to get after a lengthy final point.
And it's just such great play. I mean, Rob Nunnery is such a dynamic player, such a powerful player, and they reduced him to a cross-court dink. I mean, that's just great control, you know, combined by Jay Devilliers and Pat Smith. Dekel only able to dink that Ernie. The initiate, not able to get out of the way, and that's match.
So they will move on to play for gold on Sunday. And what a performance it was, 11-9, 11-4. We will hear from the winners after this quick timeout. Don't go anywhere, our coverage continues here on Championship Court.
All right, what a fantastic match. Devilliers Smith going on to the finals against McGuffin and Newman. We have a couple of our semifinal scores here. It was a fantastic match with McGuffin, Newman, Wright Stone going 3 earlier. And it's going to be quite the clash of titans this Sunday. Looking forward to it. Coming up, we have some females getting ready to do battle on center court. Before we do that, we got Hannah Johns with an interview. Let's take it to Hannah.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with our guys, Jay Devilliers and Patrick Smith. Guys, you made such an incredible run in that second game. What was coming together so perfectly?
I think, you know, Patrick and I talked after our timeout when we were down 8-2 in the first game, and we just changed our strategy and tried to stick to it, and I think it worked, and Patrick executed very well. He had so many earnies that were clutch, so yeah, very happy the way we play.
Do you have any? No. And how important is it, the on-court energy between the two of you and the partnership that you guys have had of long-standing? How awesome is that?
I mean, that's what it's all about, right? I mean, it doesn't get any better to be out here with a friend and enjoy this, and you know, it's been a great day. I mean, we finally got one against Ben and Colin. Well, I guess our odds got better finally after we screwed it up 3 times in a row. And no, I mean, we have a great time, as everybody can tell out there, and we just love playing together. And you know, I don't know, he keeps it easy to play with him because he makes you laugh no matter what. Often it's nonsense, but it's fun. It's funny.
All right, and you guys have a chance at the gold tomorrow against Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin. You guys have played them many times. This will be your first gold if you were to take that match tomorrow. What is the game plan going into that one?
In a PPA.
Well,
in a PPA.
Well, you know, I mean, Tyson and Riley are great athletes. We have played them several times. We we have beat them before, so we expect to do the same tomorrow and give our best. I think it's a best out of 5, so that's something new to us as well. So we're going to try our hardest, and hopefully things will go our way.
All right, congratulations, guys. You're going to see more of these guys tomorrow. We're going back to the court for our last match of the day, the women's semifinal.
Awesome stuff, and Pat Smith couldn't have said it better. That is what it's all about, that camaraderie, having fun, taking names, kicking butt. We're gonna come back in just a short commercial break. Thank you guys for tuning in as these ladies get ready in our semifinal match. Thanks for joining us, guys. Pat Smith, Jay Devilliers, moving on to the finals.